In this video, we're going to talk about Mantle and its exciting development. So Mantle is not only a layer 2 network, but it has a plethora of other products. It's really an innovative financial hub where you can, first of all, stake ETH, but also take your Bitcoin thanks to function collaboration and use that as a collateral on Aave and other protocols. So I'm going to explain all that. We're going to cover some of the metrics. I'm going to show you what it's all about. And then also we're going to look at the price of MNT. So let's strap in and go ahead with some of the things. So first of all, Mantle is operating for already 2 years. It started with BitDAO, then they launched at some point Mantle Network. So that's an Ethereum layer 2 that's well working. One of the first adopters of EigenLayer and EigenDA. So they also have liquid staking. So liquid staking basically allows you to use your Ethereum to stake automatically. You don't have to be one of the validators with 32 ETH in order to gain yield. You can just do it by buying mETH, which is protocol mETH protocol Mantle ETH, and this will give you APY. This is of course dynamic, currently sitting at 2.73, and then you can restake that. Restaking works in a way that you'll be able to get an even additional token that you can then use to get even better yield at EigenLayer, Symbiotic, Karak, and a bunch of other cool places, other cool protocols. So altogether, this is the core of what Mantle is, and then there's a couple of other things as well. They have Mantle Index 4. This is for institutional grade institutions, basically that want to invest in crypto, but they want to have a secure way to do it. This is a collaboration with another protocol that allows that to happen, and basically in this way you can invest in Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana on the institutional grade, which is really amazing. And now lately they also been collaborating with Function, which provides a solution to Bitcoin when if you want to, for example, use Bitcoin on other protocols than Bitcoin network itself, you can do it. And this is where when Function comes into play. And I think this is a really cool one, and I want to focus on it a little bit because this allows you to basically take Bitcoin, get for that FBTC, which is one-to-one pegged to BTC, and use that, for example, in Aave. Now, this is really cool. You can, for example, bridge that, of course, to other chains from Ethereum to Mantle and back, and also other chains as well. And they have an ongoing program with Aave where if you deposit FBTC into Aave, you're going to gain more sparks. So additional points that will lead to an airdrop, which is already cool, and it just connect to Aave, go with core instance version 3, and you're going to find down below FBTC that you can deploy here. So as you can see, you can see FBTC, and then you can of course borrow USDC against it if you want to, and create other positions that are more complicated if you want to. So Mantle is really a sprawling ecosystem of different applications. Their TVL is really on the high end note. They also, when it comes to the token itself, they have Mantle token, currently sitting at around $2 billion market cap with $4 billion FDV. And even though there was some decline at the beginning of this year, but basically all the alts were hit in April, it's still holding pretty nicely at $2 billion market cap. So this is pretty cool. At the highest, it was at around close to $5 billion. So that's also cool. So this is a steady growth. It's also had basically in the past it had steady value. As you can see, it was live basically since 2023, almost 2 years right now, since the summer of 2023. So this is pretty cool. If you want to see all the other applications, of course, go to DeFi Llama. And if you go with Mantle, I provide the link down below in the description. You can see some of the top applications by TVL and other metrics. So this is really good from the DeFi Llama side. Of course, you have Merchant Mode, which is a great place to start when it comes to trading, but you have a bunch of other protocols that are building or on Mantle or are available on Mantle, which is pretty cool. I also wanted to mention there is a cool reward station that if you want to buy MNT and lock it, you're going to get rewards. They have this incentive program that's going on, and basically there are other exciting events coming along the way with season 2 reward booster. So this is already pretty cool. You can see what was happening in the past with different actions like MNT reward booster season 1. You had Athena that you could also win, Skate, mETH protocol, IntentX, UX link, and so on. So if you just claim, there's going to be different cool stuff that you're going to reward. This is basically the premise of the entire Mantle missions for rewards, where you lock your MNT to join all the events and you earn rewards automatically. So this is pretty cool. The longer you lock your MNT, the bigger power you will get and the more rewards you will get in the end. Of course, you have to remember, nothing here is financial advice. Crypto is risky. You can lose all your capital, and of course, price of MNT is not guaranteed in any way. And also, there are different risks related to smart contracts when it comes to those new protocols. But so far, this is really cool. I think that Mantle is one of the top players when it comes to building this kind of financial hubs, not only L2s, but also the entire ecosystem, which is really great. They're definitely one of the top teams, constantly updating. If you want to see the recent update from April, you can have a look at that on the website, and you're going to see a couple of cool things. So first of all, they have a lot of transactions in the past quarter, basically 30 million transactions, approximately 650,000 daily active users, TVL at $1.2 billion, and there are different interesting applications that also get this high TVL. Merchant Mode and Treehouse, we see that already on DeFi Llama. Agni being the third one, also additional decentralized exchange. So already a lot of things are happening. Also, there were a lot of tokens being distributed via rewards station to basically holders of MNT that locked it. So basically 30,000 MNT tokens were locked, and this is how many different tokens were distributed to the holders. So I think it's still pretty much under-farmed at this point. This was definitely interesting. You definitely have a look at MNT and consider locking that for a longer period, especially if you're bullish on Mantle, because I think this is a very interesting opportunity with other protocols coming along the way and using the reward station to have their tokens being distributed to MNT holders. So I think this is pretty cool. Also, if you're just holding Ethereum, going with mETH might be a good move here. Staking and then restaking using some of the protocols. This is one of the cool moves here. So yeah, I think this is really great. Apart from that, they have a bunch of upgrades related to the modular architecture with EigenDA. I think that's really cool. And basically, they also care about expanding the ecosystem. So the plan and vision for the rest of the year is having more protocols, more users, and of course, more rewards for the holders of MNT. So yeah, the latest arrival is definitely FBTC with and collaboration with Aave. This is really cool stuff because this is the way to use your Bitcoin. If you hold pure Bitcoin, you can use that now in different DeFi protocols that are battle tested and of course give you additional yield on holding just Bitcoin. So I think this is really cool stuff because even if you don't want to borrow anything on Aave, just depositing that FBTC into Aave will give you rewards when it comes to Sparks Point, and that will give you additional airdrop. So I think that's already pretty cool. You can also see a bunch of other protocols that are using FBTC here. So the entire premise is really cool. And there are other kind of incentives on Mantle, so definitely worth exploring that. As you can see, they're building very cool stuff. And of course, they have huge partnerships with Bybit, Eigenlayers, Accent, Mirana, Galaxy, Antalpha, Etina, and so much more. So I think this is pretty cool stuff. Huge treasury, which means that over $2 billion will be committed to basically the growth of the ecosystem, either founding the new teams that are starting new exciting products, or caring about the holders of MNT and distributing rewards to them. So I think there's a lot of stuff that's really worth looking at. And at the bottom of the page, if you want to have a look, there's a spotlight for the recent newsroom and what they're doing, which is really really cool stuff. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. You find all the links down below in the description. I think this is really worth following. Mantle is definitely one of the best places to take your ETH or Bitcoin to use in one of the DeFi protocols. So have a look at that and see you in the next video.